Hello, everyone, and welcome to the most monstrous day of the week, Monday. I am Nin,
And I'm Franzi.
and we are two nerds slash idiots telling or talking about role playing games and especially monsters in them. We just like monsters, we talk about them
Ye-
a lot, too much probably, and we're not certified monster knowledge people or any kind of we are two dumbasses. We try, but there is some holes in our knowledge, and we wish that you would like fix. Well, not fix, but fill us in if we mispresent something. So
Fix us, please.
please fix us. We're too dumb. We just like to talk about monsters and their origins and stuff like that. No, please check your facts from the internet if anything you find us talking interests you. Thank you. Francie, what the fuck are we talking about today?
It's been a day today, so please excuse us being a bit loopy. Um, yeah, today I have prepared a new subject. We had visited Greek myth a few episodes ago already, but this time we're gonna have a look at the Chimera. It's very interesting because what the actual chimera from Greek myth is and what the name kind of became through time is pretty interesting. I have some very interesting and maybe funny stuff for later. But first, I'm going to talk about the origins, which is basically what is the chimera from Greek myth. What uh, most people know if they hear the term chimera is like this hybrid creature of different animals. The OG chimera was one such hybrid creature who could also breathe fire, which I did not know.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
I didn't know. I didn't know that. I did know the hybrid part of. I didn't know mostly what type of animals were in there, but I didn't know that she could breathe fire. Also,
She?
thing I did not know. Yes, the chimera is female. It is. It is a thing I also did not know and found out from my research. But yeah, she is basically how the chimera is built is she has the head of a lion um and the head of a goat just kind of protruding from its back, and also she has a tail which has like the tail is a snake and also with the snake head, so it's a really it's like yeah like three heads basically on that creature. The chimera is also basically the sibling to the Cerberus and the Hydra, so they are kind of like are counted as siblings in
Many
the point.
heads! Many
Yeah,
heads!
yeah, it's a thing. So like they're the family of many heads. Basically, now the term chimera describes various mythical and fictional creatures that are made up of different animal parts. So you would call anything a chimera that has basically you could just be like, okay, the body of a sheep and the head of a crocodile and it's a chimera basically.
A
So
necromancer's dream,
yeah,
basically.
well, yeah, kind of basically.
Or evil
Generally,
scientist.
yeah, kind of. Talking about evil scientists, I'll get back on that later. There is some interesting stuff with science, but also, generally, as I said, the chimera is considered to be female, even though the lion head does have a mane, which is usually a thing only male lions have. But she is considered to be female, so I will uh, use pronouns as such. In
Oh
one
my god.
version, she
Trans Chimera.
maybe who knows could be. She in one version is the mother of the Sphinx and the Nemean lion. Sphinx as this creature, basically lion with a human head and wings, and who basically does riddles. That's all I know. I have not looked into Sphinx. That might be a thing for later episode, but the Chimera is supposed to be the mother of the Sphinx, and the Nemean lion, which was one of the trials of Hercules, if I remember correctly, and has been killed by Hercules as such. The Chimera also is dead, canonically, in Greek mythology. She has been killed by some dude. I did not write down the name. He didn't seem important.
Didn't you
If
just say Hercules?
no, Hercules had killed the Nemean lion, who is the
Oh,
son, I think, of Chimera. Chimera herself has been killed by some dude. I did not find out much about that. I did not write down the name because I did not consider him to be too important. But if somebody
Greek
says,
mythology. Everyone's
yeah,
dead.
yeah, basically. But also, the dude has been helped by the Pegasus to kill Chimera. So, yeah, some dude on a flying horse killed the lion, goat, snake creature.
I'm
Uh,
just thinking of Disney's Hercules.
yeah, yeah.
But I
Disney's
don't trust that because it's almost
no,
never close to what the actual
it's
story
bad.
is.
Yeah, yeah. It's honestly, as a child, Hercules was one of my favorite Disney movies. Looking back now and having like watched some video essays on the movie, I do realize it's not. I mean, of course, it's not even close to Greek mythology because it's still Disney, but also it's just bad as a movie, kind of. Um,
I mean, the animation is
the animation is
great-ish,
great, but like
but
story wise and like the whole plot stuff is not good, and some of the symbolism does not work really, which I didn't realize as like a young child. I just liked the animation, and I thought Hercules was cute, and also Meg was very cute. So yeah, I very early knew I liked all types of people. So huh, that is a thing that happened.
hmm.
um which is also cool, is that there apparently is an area in modern Turkey, which does have, it's like this area where there are gas vents, like natural gas vents that emit burning methane. So it like the earth is spitting fire, and apparently that's kind of where this myth of the chimera came from, like the spitting fire. That's was kind of where she would reside, apparently. the, Kind of like where this myth was based, kind of. Not again, not too sure about that, but it did sound interesting also because just imagine the earth just spitting fire is wild to me. I mean, it's not the only location who does that does that, I'm pretty sure, but it's just an image that feels very something to me. I don't know why.
It
It
feels like something to you.
Yeah, no, it feels like something that should not. I don't know. It feels fake, kind of. I don't know. It feels like something like you would read in a story, like in a fantasy story or like a sci-fi story, and then you kind of research it because you find it cool, and then you realize that is a thing that is happening on Earth today, and you kind of go like, "Wow, Earth is kind of crazy."
Am I
It's
weird for like not thinking it being that like weird or
I don't know. I mean,
amazing?
it's just this
Like
just
I find
my
it
personal
cool,
reaction.
but I'm just here like, that's cool.
Oh, that's a thing.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's a thing. I say as I live in a country that's basically the no any kind of nature problems. Only thing that might trouble us is snow. But not even that anymore because global warming is a bitch. But like otherwise we don't have earthquakes, tornadoes, anything. We have nothing. There's one singular type of poisonous snake, and even that can't kill you. So I live in a very safe place, and the thought of just fire being somewhere should be a thing that either scares me or weirds me out. But I'm just here like, yep, that's cool. Maybe I have
Sure.
just watched too many nature documents about
That
like
could be,
hot acid that kills you immediately if you go
God.
swimming in it, but it's like completely
Why would you
blue.
swim in it?
Uh,
The hot acid. Why would you?
because it looks like this really pure, like blue, clear water. It like looks really nice and it looks like it's slightly warm, but if you touch it, it's actually super acidic. I have read some horror stories about that.
Mhm.
Maybe I should not share them. I don't want to give you or the listeners nightmares.
I mean, I already am going to have those now, so I'm
Oh,
fine.
oh. Well,
Don't
I
worry.
will share to you in a private thing. I don't want
Okay,
anyone
we
to
will do
listen
that
to
later.
horror stories in the middle of a monster podcast that's supposed to be about chimeras and not about some horrific situations
Hot
that I have read.
acid.
There is more to it, but
Oh
yeah,
god.
I
Okay.
digress.
Yeah.
So that's
If
the
somebody
place.
if somebody wants to have those stories from Nin, please message them on Twitter. They will share. I'm pretty sure.
Probably if I'm brave enough. I'm afraid of people.
You'll be
I'm joking.
fine. But yeah, so chimeras, right? Oh
I'm
no.
sorry. I just heard whatever that was on the background, but I
That
heard
is,
it.
yeah, that is the doorbell. Apparently somebody is either ordering food or has a guest over. Fun times.
It's the chimera, the chime era, because it's chiming. It chimes in. Do you get it?
my my head is currently on my desk.
Ding dong, chimeras here, bitches.
The chim
Anyway, please continue before I laugh myself into the grave.
the chimera has come to kill me. Yeah, so chimera, yes. There have been some references to the chimera in pop culture. A lot in anime, funnily enough. They're fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are basically a chimera. Fucking Digimon had chimera-based Digimon. I'm pretty sure there's a Pokemon too. Full Metal Alchemist has like this whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh no,
yeah.
no! You reminded me. You hurt me. You hurt me. How could you?
Revenge, revenge,
Ah, fuck.
sweet,
God damn it.
sweet revenge. But yeah, so like a lot in anime. Of course, in video games, as enemies, mostly like some of the stuff I found was like in Castlevania, and the whole series of games. There are chimeras as enemies. Final Fantasy has chimeras in some games. Golden Sun does have them, and God of War, one of the many games, also lets you fight a chimera. And again, many, many more. Those are just some examples. I can't list everything because that would take more than an hour.
Yeah.
You have in RPGs, you have chimeras, of course, in D&D, because D&D has rebranded and reused everything ever there was in mythology and folklore. And
But the
apparently,
D&D version has a dragon's head also on the thing.
okay, I did not know that. I did not look into that too much
I just
because I
know
would know that you would know that. So please tell me more
the
about the D&D Chimera.
D&D Chimera is basically just goat head, lion head, and a dragon head and a snake tail. And it can breathe fire. I don't remember the challenge rating for it, but I just remember this because one shot, like ways ago, we had a player drown the dragon head by doing create water into its mouth, and that way, like it was supposed to be to stop the fire, so the dragon wouldn't make fire, but it also worked as actually drowning the fucking dragon head.
Gee.
It was wild. There
Wow.
were some liberties that were taken when it came to
Of course.
rules, but it was I just it was a lot. But imagine like a
Yeah.
miniature dragon head attached to like other two animals, also spitting fire at you.
Lovely.
It's just it's a lot. I love it. Personally, I would probably make the type of like necromancer's speciality version of that, where it's just a necromancer who's like, oh, these animals look cool. Let's make something new, and just stitches them together and make something new, and that's Chimera. Woo!
Zombie chimera. Zombie
Zombie
chimera.
Chimera.
Oh god. Yeah, that's dark. But also would be kind of cool. It's basically Frankenstein's monster, but out of different animal parts. Kind of.
That's what one of my D&D characters is actually.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, you did tell me, I think.
Yeah,
Oh god.
Centaur, who is just actually a human and his horse stitched together by a necromancer.
Which
Fun times, fun
yeah,
times.
we are very sunny people and very happy people, as you can
I only
see.
make wholesome characters. Nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, they can be wholesome and also at the same time
Sad
sad and
and edgy.
wholesome. Well, I don't. I My brand is more of a dumbass than edgy when it comes to characters,
Um,
except for
excuse, excuse me. You made in oops, a necromancer stitched me together with my horse. Where is that dumbass material? That is fucking
uh,
edgy and darkening. I'm sorry, but mm, as like the resident expert on edginess and edgelordiness, I would know.
I would never be edgy. I am the most wholesome and softest person there ever is. I have ever never made any edgy characters ever, and
Sure.
I have never talked to
Mhm.
you about them as well.
Nope, not at all.
Totally not. Haven't done the like past two or
It's not
three
like you
weeks
were in a
time.
fucking Vampire the Masquerade game together.
Yeah, and planned a whole fucking horrible thing around that. Totally not. No, 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 no.
Never.
So yeah, I
Ooh.
feel like necromantic chimera would be up my alley. I mean, just like chimera as a creature in general is pretty amazing, and I would love as like a party finding a chimera puppy or like a little like a little pup, chimera pup, and it's like the party having to try to take care of it. That would be
Aww.
adorable, but also horrifying because I feel like the chimera
Yeah.
is going to fucking eat you when you're asleep.
I do have a question here at that point because you say puppy. Would if you because as I said before, the Cerberus, for example, is a sibling of the Chimera. Would if you would basically stitch together three dog heads to one dog body, would that count as a chimera?
Yep.
If it's even if it's like the same species
I
of
don't know.
animal?
You tell me because
I
you did the
don't know.
research.
It
You are the one who is supposed
didn't
to
say.
do the research, bitch.
It didn't
I'm the
say.
editor.
The chief editor, because we only have one.
Exactly. But
No, but it didn't really say. But most examples or like any examples I could find are like it's different animals
well,
each
maybe it's
time.
different animals then.
But what would like if you have like one species stitched together? Would that what would that be? Like, does
Like
it? What would you call it if you don't call it a chimera?
it's just a dog squared. It's a dog squared. That's where, yeah, or a human squared. It's just like a human with three torsos sprouting from the pelvis.
What? What? How? Why did you pick torso?
Because why not?
You could have said anything but
Nope, it's
torso.
torsos. Three torsos. One pair of legs. All of the torsos have arms, so six arms,
How
three
how
heads.
how how are the torsos connected?
Um, by the waist, of course. What a silly question, Francie.
Wait, 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 wait. How? Please describe it to me so I can imagine it.
There is legs, and then
Yes.
like from that it just gets wider and wider, and it splits into three torsos.
And it wait, but it's
It's like, um,
are they side by side?
yep,
Do they have heads?
yep.
Okay. Okay, so it's okay. I was because I was imagining just torso, no head, and I
I
was
mean, that
very
works
scared.
too.
No,
That works too. That would be even more horrifying.
I mean,
I imagine they would walk in a way where they would have to use all of their six arms. So they're like, horsing around with their six
I,
arms
because
and
I mean,
two legs.
what I could imagine would be if they are like they basically hips same, and then they're connected at the back. So it's kind of like you have like a triforce of torsos.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Okay, because I was imagining side by side. You just have the middle, then you have one to the left, kind of dangling, and then one to the right, kind of
Oh,
dangling.
like just like starting from the pelvis, and it's just like fruits from like every direction,
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's what
oh.
I thought you meant.
No, that's not what I meant. But that sounds also
Okay.
pretty amazing. Absolutely
No, it
horrifying, but
doesn't.
amazing.
Oh god. But okay, so it's okay. So they're connected at the back, basically three sides. Do they all have one head each, or is it a single head?
I don't know, but also we are not in the part of build your own chimera part yet.
I mean, it wouldn't be a chimera because apparently we have established they need to be different species, and human is still human. So
Just
that
put
is
like
out of.
cat ears and a tail, and it's like a cat person
Where's the
chimera.
tail?
up up their ass. I don't know.
Do they have an ass? If they have
Yes,
three
they
torsos.
do. They have to shit. It's not that difficult. Have you seen like snakes with multiple heads? It's like that, but you just add
What?
arms to the. Have you not seen that?
No?
Where are you living? Under a
In
rock?
Germany.
No, under a rock. Do you never go to internet and just look at things like, oh, a mutated snake called Hydra because it
No?
has like three heads?
No?
You are missing out, my pal. You are missing out
Apparently.
so much because, oh my god, it's really something. I recommend checking out. It's no,
Okay.
it's a really weird anomaly, but it's a thing that can happen in real life. It's kind of like the same way how Siamese twins work. Like
Which
the
is, yeah. I
yeah,
will talk about that. We can get back to that at some point because I do have some stuff on that. Um, if you go back to like RPGs, apparently there is the system called Exalted, where you apparently have chimeras, but it's the meaning is kind of different. It does have to do with more genetics again, which kind of leads into, haha, finally a segue that makes sense. Kind of leads into the subject of genetic chimerism.
I feel like the segue would be better if you didn't immediately say, haha,
There's
segue,
segue.
that makes sense. The segue is supposed to be like
Yeah, so
a
Nin,
slide.
N- Nin, I'm sorry that I got excited that I did something kind of okay. Please
No, no, I feel
keep.
sad. I'm sorry. Please continue.
I'm sorry. If no, it's okay. If I get to complain that you explain jokes, you get to complain that I explain segues. It's fine. We all have our thing.
It's all fair and balanced,
Yes,
like all creatures should be, with three heads.
and three torsos. Ah. Yeah. So, um, chimera has also been used in, or like the term chimerism, which is kind of uh, comes from the word chimera, is used in genetics, which basically means that a single organism is composed of cells with more than one distinct genotype. There was a lot of science here, and I did. Um, I had the possibility in school that I did was able to decide if I wanted to continue doing biology, physics, or chemistry, and I chose chemistry, and I also forgot everything about that. So I have an excuse of not knowing biology, basically. Um, but I don't know anything, so I'm fine. But what I found about genetic chimerism is basically this. I'm pretty sure most people have already seen this. Like, if you have these two colored flowers, where they're kind of like split in the middle, one part is, for example, white and the other is red. There are pictures, beautiful pictures online. They look amazing. There's, for example, butterflies who have like one wing in a certain, let's say, design, and another wing and another one, which basically is how intersexuality in animals works, especially in butterflies. That it's basically an intersex butterfly if like the wings are different colors and different designs, and also kind of how it works in humans, which is basically this genetic chimerism thing. I don't have not looked into it too much because it's a lot, and it's not like the main subject about this, but I think it's interesting, and will probably look into it some more later, because it's fascinating. So it's like there are real life chimeras in nature, just in plants and animals, and apparently in humans also. And of course, science science has tried to do something interesting with that. Um, there has been this thing that happened
Oh no.
in 2005. In a bill was introduced into U.S. Congress, which was called the Human Chimera Prohibition Act, which was based on the findings that science got that far. This far, science is so good now that it could technically merge human and non-human species. So apparently, the US was afraid or wanted to make cat girls a thing. I don't know. This was the first thing that came to mind. It's just because I did watch a lot of anime when I was younger. I was like, oh, you can combine human and not human species, which was the first thing was like animals, of course. And you go like, oh yes, cat girls, of course. That's what you go for. It could have done anything like werewolves or whatever. No, no, I went for cat girls. My brain is amazing.
I
Um,
mean, of course, of course.
sure. Um, but there have been some ethical issues raised with that, because basically it would blur the lines between human and animal, and uh, and it, basically what I found was like it would show disrespect for human dignity if human and animal DNA would be combined in that way, or like the species merged, which I guess you could say that. I mean, that's basically if you rate humans higher than animals, which, yeah, I guess. I mean, complex thought and all this, I suppose, but like, yeah. The bigger part of this was like, if you would merge human and non-human species in DNA, uh, diseases that usually only affect certain animals would be able to reach humans. So there would be like a big problem if just for like medical research, because there would suddenly just be this huge branch of new illnesses and other things that would need to be researched and could just fucking wreck humanity. Um, that bill died soon after, but it came back in 2016.
Amazing. People
Uh,
really want those girls.
yeah, like yeah. So basically, in the version of 2016, it did define the term chimera more closely, of what it meant. And the bill would have prohibited the attempts to create a human animal chimera or implant a hybrid embryo. So it was this bill was basically very fixated on the definition of a chimera when it also applies to embryos. Um, the bill did die in October 16 in a subcommittee on. That was what I found interesting because it's like very this science thing and whatever. The subcommittee who basically dropped that bill was the Crime, Terrorism, Homeland Security, and Investigations Subcommittee, which
Oh,
I don't know how American things work. Again, I don't know how stuff works, but I feel like isn't this like the wrong subject? Kind of? I don't know. It feels kind of weird to me, but maybe somebody could explain that to me more closely because it's just fascinating. That I mean, of course, somebody would have to think about that because yes, science is developing extremely fast as is technology, and there are things like well, there's fucking island of Dr. Moreau that fused human animal DNA and like a novel, and it was like okay, those are things
infused
people
what
thought
now?
about in fiction. Fused human and animal DNA, or basically species. I have not read the. I think it was a book. Might have been a movie just, but yeah, it's a thing. Um, and yeah, so like things that people have only imagined in like fiction. I mean, that's basically what sci-fi always did. Was like, okay, we can imagine it. Someday we will actually do this. And
Someone
yeah,
in the distance is going, maybe we shouldn't.
yeah,
Like, have you thought about it though?
they thought too much about if they could. They didn't think about if they should. Yeah, basically. So yeah, I mean, it's important that people do think about that and look at it and are like, is this a thing we should do? And that is basically what the bill basically should have done, if I read it correctly, that it was basically trying to prohibit that this thing happens, and not encourage the uh, scientists to look into that further. But yeah, it's there's a lot of development, and if you just read any sci-fi novel and the stuff like in quotation marks evil scientists came up to, like there are possibilities that that could be done now or in the future. And I mean it's at the first when I read this I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why are people thinking about this? But it makes sense. You should kind of keep an eye on that stuff, and especially if it's like how humane is it? Like, I mean, if you fuse human and animal DNA, or I'm saying this, I'm not sure if that's how it would work, but like if how there would be human trials probably because you do need the human part of this hybrid. So uh, is that ethical? How would that work? And there's a lot of stuff where you have to think about if this is even a thing humanity should do. Maybe it will someday. Maybe maybe we get cat eyes and can see in the dark, or
Or we get
fucking
mixed with giraffes and we have long ass necks. Who knows?
or swans, the same thing. I don't know, but
That would be horrifying though, by the way.
that would be horrifying. Or just fucking winking. We get wings and don't have to fly planes anymore. I don't know, but like this could there could be some future in an alternative dimension uh, where this is a thing because people did experiment successfully with it and just did do that. I
I'm
guess.
just thinking about how the fuck did they like experiment it successfully?
How would it?
Like,
I don't know.
me just being like, is it like a like small scale thing where they like just literally took the genes and managed to combine them, or have they just gone absolute fucking horrendous tests on people? Just being like,
I
you're
have
a
no
cat
idea.
now.
I mean, I don't know if there have been tests or things like that. I didn't find anything on that. I just found that there was a bill that was supposed to regulate if there would be research into that. Um, but I didn't find if there has been research into that already to fuse human and it's always animal DNA or like animal species, which would make sense because plant people is kind of terrifying. But it was would basically be like a horror movie from fucking Cold War or something, and also basically Poison Ivy from
Plant
DC.
people would be hilarious because then that would open a whole new section of puns and jokes I could tell to my vegan friends
Oh
about,
no!
like
Oh
eating
no!
someone.
Oh god!
She would enjoy that. Um,
Oh
Probably not, but
god!
also just the thought of all of the puns and jokes that would appear from that would be hilarious. I know there's probably someone who is like, oh, then there would be like a philosophical like talk about like, is it
Yeah, of
more
course.
ethical to speak with like to eat plants and stuff like that, but I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in the possibilities of puns and jokes and innuendos or ninduendos as I call them.
You're just here for the memes. You don't care about
I
the
am
ethical
here.
discourse.
I mean, don't tell anyone I do care about ethics and stuff like that, but I don't like talking about them with a large crowd.
Yeah, it makes sense. Of course, I get that.
I can talk to you, but anyone who's listening, I'm sorry, but if you're not on my list of people who
Approved.
I have approved and are at
Vetted
least
list.
level 3 friends to me, I'm sorry, but I don't want to open that box of worms for now.
Ethics worms.
Ethics worms. I mean, as my friend who is absolutely horrified of worms, I'm also horrified of ethics worms. So yeah,
Wonderful.
imagine a chimera that's just a like half human, half worm.
No.
Just a little disappointed. No,
I don't
no,
wanna.
stop. I don't want this. Put it away.
This would just end up like fucking Dark Souls boss who's just a giant spider with a sexy lady on top of it. Like, no.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that
just
is a type of a monster we can talk about at some point.
giant spider with sexy lady on it.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Have you not noticed how in like a lot of
Is
video
that a
games
type of yeah, but does it have a name?
it has different names in different genders, and I don't really know. We could talk about
Does
like
this
half
type of creature?
human, half creature hybrids.
Something. I mean
That would
there are
also fit
Naga,
mermaids. Yeah,
which
Naga
yeah,
and other people and
yeah.
things and stuff, but centaurs, mermaids, other half human hybrids, but there are spider people like in D&D 5th edition there is the trout that get cursed by lolth.
Yeah.
And then I know in Elder Scrolls Online there are also sexy spider ladies with spider legs.
I thought you were gonna say boobs. I'm sorry.
It's a spider lady with spider boobs and spider legs and spider boobs.
Sorry. Um, yeah, I also wanted to put in here like a Spider-Man joke, but can't think of anything, so we're gonna skip that. Um,
Spider
but
boob, spider
no,
boob.
no,
Does whatever a spider boob does.
I don't want to know what a spider boob does. Don't continue that song, please.
Okay, I won't. I will spare you from my horrendous singing.
Oh god. I have created cursed content and I'm suffering. Um, oh god. Okay. Yeah. There is even more chimera stuff in like molecular biology, but I did not look into that because that got too sciencey for me. I was like, "Ugh, I need somebody to explain this to me. I need to sit in uni to at least listen to
A
like a
lecture.
semester of this,
Yeah.
yeah, like a lecture for a semester, and then maybe I get it. But I was like, oh, but no, I'm this is too much. But yeah, that is what I got mostly for chimeras. I mean, it's not a lot of stuff, but uh the concept of itself, like this creature made up of different parts, is what did inspire a lot of things, which is why the term is now used for basically any combination of animal A with animal B and C kind of stuck on it somewhere. And yeah, it's fascinating. Like the science applications of the term are fascinating to me. I really want to look more into that because it's just wow. But I need something more comprehensive than uh, 15 websites online that are very, very sciencey. And I'm like, can somebody explain this to me for dummies?
We
I
have
need.
like one brain cell between us, and Francie has the hold of it most of the time, so science stuff can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm not a science. Well, I was gonna say I'm not a science person. No, that sounds bad. I do believe in science, of course, but there's a lot of complex concepts which if you just give me a textbook, I will not comprehend at first reading through it. Okay, so that's basically all I have for the Chimera, like the origins and the whole myth and everything, and well, the sciencey biology part that came after. I think it's time that we make our own Chimera.
Yeehaw!
So yeah, I mean we did. We're not gonna make a human thing again because
Why
that was
not?
terrifying.
It's such a good
But
idea!
but
What do
no,
you mean?
the torso thing was terrifying, and I did no, no,
What do you mean?
no,
He's a friend.
no. That is no,
A friend and a boy.
no.
My
But
son!
I just we will abandon your son.
No!
I just because well, it's generally like in the tradition of Chimera. I feel like we should just do animals. So I mean, either we could like do our favorite animals or just I don't know. I'm gonna find like a animal randomizer online or something, and
Should we
just
set
pick
like
some.
the amount of animals we need? Like, because
Yeah,
the original Chimera has like three heads,
N-
a body, and a tail that is made out of something.
that is also a head.
Yeah, exactly. So like
Yeah,
five things maybe?
five, five would work. Okay, so
Yeah.
I have an animal randomizer fixed. I'm just gonna
This is
it ran.
the actual build a monster.
Yeah, it's like
Like this
it's
this episode is
it's
literally just build your own horrifying creature because Chimera is basically just a
yeah. So I'm just gonna write down what I get from the animal randomizer. So first one is
oh no.
we got the first one is the bumblebee.
So threatening and horrifying.
It starts out great. Uh, next up is the squirrel. This is horrible. I love it already. Oh god, squirrel. Then we have an armadillo.
Oh no.
Oh god. A fourth one would be another squirrel. No. Okay, giraffe.
I hate this.
Giraffe.
I hate this. I hate all of these.
The last one would be a skunk.
No, we can't. make a chimera from all of them being like
Horrible.
vegetarians or something like that. I mean, I
Okay,
don't
so
think.
okay, yeah. Okay, strike that. We try again. We try
Imagine the
again.
fucking bumblebee just being like a bumblebee head or like a squirrel, and it's like
Oh
a
God.
pimple. It's like a pimple at the squirrel. It's just like this is my bumblebee head, and then yeah, fucking cursed.
Oh God, that's
Oh,
cursed
that's
content.
even worse than my son that I created this episode.
If somebody wants to make a creature out of these five animals, please tell
We
me.
can't do it. It's
Uh, I would love to see it. Ah, okay. So try again. Five animals. Okay, we have a reindeer. That's
yep,
better.
yep, good,
That's
good.
nice. Reindeer is good. Let's hope the randomizer doesn't fuck us up. A lemur.
I'm trying to remember what that
Uh,
looks like.
I will send you a picture of a lemur so we will know.
All right.
Um, lemur. It's kind of a tiny monkey. Also, it's the one with the very big eyes.
Oh, it's that fucking thing from I don't know the Madagascar movie,
Yeah, those are lemurs.
but the actual like cool-looking versions of them,
Yeah.
and
So
not the
okay.
weird small lemur with foot fetish. There is one of
I
those in that movie genre. There is a song and all.
genre. Oh
There is a
God.
song and all. It's cursed, and I will share it with you, Francie.
No, I don't want
I'm
it.
Nope, you
No,
are going to listen to it at
I
some
don't
point.
want to. No.
Yes, you are. I
Please.
had to
Okay.
listen to it, so you also have to. So lemur, reindeer, what else?
Reindeer, lemur. Okay. Then we have a wolf. Okay.
Nice, pretty okay.
Going pretty standard here. Okay. Sure. A gnu, which is kind of a bull.
Oh yeah, it's that thing. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, okay, we need a fifth one. A panda.
Okay, it's better than a fucking bumblebee, for
Honestly,
sure.
it's kind of boring. I'm gonna switch out the gnu with another one, okay?
Okay.
Yes! This is so much better. Porcupine.
Oh, can we have porcupine body?
I just want the needles.
Yeah, the needles. Thank you, needles.
I just want the needles to be there. Okay, what's the main body we're gonna take?
Main body,
Probably
panda
not the lemur. Okay, panda. Panda body. Uh, Reindeer horns.
or head in general, most
Yeah.
likely. It's even better if it's like I don't know if you guys have reindeers where you live, Francie, but we do
Uh,
in Upper Finland. And
okay.
what we do to make it so they don't get driven over by cars is we paint their horns with glowing paint.
What?
Yep,
What?
there
That's
are so
amazing.
many reindeers that during dark you might accidentally drive over one, so they put like this glowing paint, like which like reflects light from your car, so they don't get driven over. It's basically giving like a safety vest to a
Yeah.
reindeer, but it's just painting their like horns.
Wow, that's amazing. I just imagined like basically like a fucking reindeer rave where they have like uh b- blue lights, glow in the dark horns, and just fucking skank it up there. It'd be amazing. Um, but yeah. So I
On the
would
body, one of the heads is reindeer because gotta have those horns.
on I would love to have like a wolf head with the antlers.
I mean, that's great too, but
That
also
sounds
technically
amazing.
we could have just like three heads. We don't have to add all of the heads into one.
Yeah. We could have panda head, wolf head, and reindeer head. And then
The
just the tail of the lemur. because I don't want to have a lemur head. That would be awkward.
Lemur
Is
ad
like
up your
this
ass.
tiny head in between?
Yeah, let's have the lemur uh
Just the
tail.
tail. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the weird like don't lemurs have like these long like um not like fingers. Don't they have like long fingers? Or am I thinking about the other thing, the other
I don't
creature?
know. Let me see.
But
I'm not too sure.
if I recall, they had like longer fingers. They kind of make this ghost-like appearance because they have like giant eyes and long fingers that they use to open, I think, coconuts or like to scrape coconut fruit meat from the thing. I don't remember much. But yeah, but lemur, like if lemur has long fingers, the panda body but with long lemur
Oh
fingers.
god. Oh god. Yeah, like pawing on all fours,
Yep,
walking, but it's just fingers. Ugh.
yep.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, yeah, yeah, I love it. Oh god, this is a horrible, horrible creature. Also, quick question, because well, the OG Chimera could do it. Does it breathe
Yes,
fire?
yes.
Yes.
But
Okay.
which head? Or maybe all of
All
them?
of
Because
them.
to be honest, the idea of either wolf, reindeer, or a
Panda.
panda head, any of them breathing fire sounds amazing.
Oh god. Yes, all of them breathe fire. All of them. And also, are the heads side by side, kind of like Cerberus type?
Probably, yeah. It's
Okay.
like the OG Chimera type of thing where they're like side by side. They all each have like a neck and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really side by side in the OG thing. It was just
Oh yeah, it was on the top. Like one of them.
yeah,
Well, I think
from
I
the
have
back.
like this very. I think I have the D&D
Yeah,
Chimera.
you already yeah.
So I think I have that in mind. So I would think like that. Also, I realized that with all of these animals, this animal we have created would work really well in a snow-covered area because it sure
Hmm.
as hell has the fur and the capabilities of surviving that kind of situation. So a tundra chimera could be like that. So instead of fire, it could
Hmm.
also be like an ice breath or something like that, which is equally as horrifying.
Yeah, but like I like ice breath. It does sound does give it like the special like a homebrew twist.
Yes.
I like that.
What shall we call our chimera?
Our chimera. Uh, it's a
Uh,
winter chimera. And also, what gender do we? I mean, the OG is OG chimera is a woman.
I
So
mean, I really love the idea of like a chimera pup. So imagine like a
oh
mom and like
baby.
the little baby. It would be adorable. Horrifying if you just like as an adventurer just waltzed into their cave or something and just like, oh.
I just realized something.
What did you realize?
Owl bear is
Yeah.
basically a chimera.
Yep.
Ah, pretty late realization, but yeah, I did get there. Oh God,
I
yeah,
do feel like Chimera needs to have more than just two animals.
yeah. Otherwise, it's just I don't know. We smushed these two things together. Here, look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um. I mean, do we have to have
a name
ice chimera? Ice chimera? Ice chimera could work.
Arctic.
Archmera.
That sounds not good. But yeah, ice chimera. Sure, why not? Or winter chimera. I don't know. Snow chimera.
Icera. I crema. I can't pronounce.
I grandma. What?
I grandma. I grandma. There we go.
Sure. It's written with a lot of apostrophes and, you know, spelled differently than you would think it is spelled.
I was trying
Um,
to go for like an ice, and then you take the C from the ice
Chimera.
and Chimera, ice Chimera, but I can't pronounce it. So now it just
It
sounds like
became
an
iGrandma.
iGrandma or an like an iPhone version of a Chimera. I iGrandma.
It could have been the name of a robot, but no. Okay,
Uh,
it's iGrandma, like written like an Apple product, and it's and it's on Chimera. Yeah, sure. That's what we're going with. Of course.
yep,
Yeah,
yep,
sure.
that sounds about right.
Then
Chimera and her son, Chimera, probably.
I grandma and
iGrandma and
you grandma.
Grandma.
Shit.
If
Oh
anyone
god.
has better names, please name these
Please.
two chimeras. We are begging you. We can't think of names. Otherwise, I would just give like a Finnish name. But we don't really fuck with chimeras in Finnish mythology. We don't really have words for them. So,
Good?
what?
They breathe fire. It'd be hard to fuck with them.
Francie.
Anyway,
I
ignore
don't think
me.
that's a problem for you or
Well,
for most monster fuckers.
as depends. But yeah, I think we've done enough bad things for today.
Yeah, we have already created so many horrendous creatures for today that it's time for us to call it
Yeah.
quits before we do something
Do
or create
worse.
something worse. So thank you everyone for listening to our nonsense. Um, we will talk to you in the next episode, hopefully, unless we get eaten by a chimera. I grandma that comes and kills us, or her
Or fire
son,
breathed, breathed,
or
burned.
anything. Just everyone stay safe. Take care of yourself. Don't get
Don't get
eaten,
eaten.
bitten, whatever there are. Just don't. Just
Just
don't.
don't.
Just stay safe and don't. And we will talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye.